Welcome back to the series on the ICF core competencies. My name is Brighton West, and I'm not a coach, but I work with a lot of coaches using online video. I'm creating this series to help coaches with those core competencies, especially when you're going for your accreditation. So today we're going to be covering core competency number 2, establishing the coaching agreement. And I have with me today Sherry Boone. She is an MCC and a mentor coach. So Sherry, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Brighton. I'm happy to be here with you.
So Sherry, what I'd like you to do is to start out and just kind of describe this competency. Just kind of give people, paint a picture of what this competency is.
Okay, sure, Brighton. So competency number 2, establishing the coaching agreement, is all about what happens as you begin an engagement with a client. So to establish the agreement, there are many things that you want to discuss and that you want to have happen. First of all, you want to make sure that all the logistics are covered. What's going to happen in the coaching session? What are the fees that you charge? That agreement, Usually coaches have an agreement, a written agreement with a client that outlines all of these things. The schedule for the coaching, the fees, what's expected by the coach and the client, and also a description of coaching and how it differs from consulting, from therapy, from mentoring, because coaching is a distinct model. And so establishing that coaching agreement that's part of it. To set up that coaching agreement, probably a written agreement with a potential client. It's also making sure that there is a match between coach and client. Has to work for both parties, both ways. So on the coach's side, if the coach feels any reluctance to work with a particular individual for any reason, it's probably best to refer that client on to another coach. On the client's side, they want to make sure they're comfortable with the coach. This is an important decision. And so often, the coach might even suggest to the client that they interview several coaches before they make their choice. And then just one more thing that I think is really important to talk about, and that is to make sure that the client understands what coaching is. Again, as I mentioned, it is a distinct model. And so to let the client know that you as the coach will not be giving advice, you'll not be giving suggestions, your role is not to give that kind of feedback or advice, but rather, what will you be doing? You'll be holding confidentiality. That's an important piece that you want to relay to the client. Everything is confidential. You want to make sure they know that. But also, what will happen in the coaching? You are responsible for holding that space for them, for keeping everything confidential, for asking questions, and also the belief in the model is that the client is the source of their own answers. And so it's important for the client to understand that they will bring the topic for coaching, that they are in charge of their own well-being, that coaching is not therapy. And so those are some high points, I guess I would say, Brighton.
Thanks, Sherry. I can definitely see where coaches, new coaches might be uncomfortable with some of those points of this competency, specifically around talking about money and writing things down. That would be me. But I'm wondering if you could go into, as a mentor coach, what it looks like to you when you're watching a coaching session. What are you looking for that says whether or not this competency has been well established, because it's something that happens before the coaching session?
I think one way to tell if they haven't really mastered the competency, one key might be that the client asks the coach for their opinion. Like, what do you think, my coach? What do you think I should do? Or tell me what you think here. And then if the coach is uncomfortable with that or not able to easily redirect the client back to themselves or to remind the client, remember, we're coaching here, so it's really not about what I think. And if that becomes uncomfortable or it doesn't happen smoothly, then it might be a clue that the coach has not established that clear coaching agreement from the very beginning.
Great. Well, thank you. I guess, the next question might be a similar, not as direct of an answer. And that is there a difference between what you look for at an ACC, PCC, or MCC level around this competency?
No, I would say this competency applies to all levels of credential, ACC, PCC, and MCC equally. So all coaches need to make sure that that you establish a really clear coaching agreement with the points that we talked about.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Sherry, for covering this competency. So you're a mentor coach. How might someone get in touch with you?
So the website is mccmentorcoach.com.
Well, thank you, Sherry. That's an easy website to remember. I'll have a link to that down below if you just want to go ahead and click on that. But otherwise, if you're ready to go on to the third competency, go ahead and click up here. Or if you want to go backwards and start at the beginning, go ahead and click down here. And I plan on seeing you in the next video.